Yes, sir.
Because if you don't explain it, guess what it's going to make you look like? This hardened, gang-banging thug that doesn't have any thoughts of life. Itself. So I'm going to bring it in. We're going to look at it. We're going to talk about it. And there's going to be some situations that I'm probably going to have to let you get a minute because it's going to be shocking. But I know you're the type of person that, like I said, we can talk for 24 hours. And if I don't show you, you're going to have a hard time telling me about it. Okay? But I'm not mad at you. Remember I told you before, I don't judge you. I've already told you, I recognize the talent. Okay? And so a lot of the other detectives are all kind of like, man, why couldn't the right person get a hold of these knuckleheads and steer them in the right direction?
Yeah, that's what my big brother was trying to do that to me.
Who? Which one?
His name, Mark.
Mark Jefferson?
Yeah, that's Mark. Yeah, he been.
Remember, I know more about you than you probably know about yourself. I could probably educate you on some things. You'd scratch your head and be like, hey, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that's why we been trying to, lately I've just been working like on music. Like, I've been trying to write. Because there's a lot of people, there's a couple of labels that try to sign me, but like, I want to get signed, but I don't. So like.
So why, let me just educate me a little bit. Why wouldn't one get signed?
Like, I don't know, like, I heard like a lot of people say like the deals be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, like, you gotta do something, dude.
So you kind of like an ownership thing.
Yeah.
Once you sign, they own everything.
Yeah, I ain't on that. I don't be wearing dresses like they got, like, Young Thug, you want him wearing dresses. I ain't on none of that. So, lately I just been working. We've been trying to shoot a video, working on a video. I've been trying to shoot videos.
What video you shoot next?
I was gonna shoot a song called Say Something. So my brother got shot.
Who's your brother? Nova?
DeAndre.
Oh, DeAndre.
Yeah, I made a song with him. I told my brother I want to go make like more go to war songs because
it drew a lot of damn attention.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
and which also drew the attention of the Clay County Sheriff's Office.
That's what I told my brother. My brother's talking to me about it. That's why I was like.
I mean, do y'all realize the day y'all turn the cameras off and it's a wrap, it's good, get it out. Do y'all realize what y'all did?
Nah, that's what my brother's talking.
Not only did you draw gangs like the PCE and Cutthroat and all these people drew attention, you drew attention to the biggest gang in the United States. Law enforcement.
Yeah. That's what I was talking to my brother. He told me don't make songs. I don't really like making songs like that. I just made it because I just knew it'd get a lot of views.
You pulled a Marilyn Manson.
You know what I'm saying?
It was yeah. I get it.
Yeah,
it was something that you saw that it would get you right there.
I just knew, you know what I'm saying? And once I did that, I could come with, you know what I'm saying, other stuff like All I Need, like Baby, like I like making a song like that because like I don't know. That's just me.
You're a singer.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I noticed on the video a lot of other guys had parts. You were more of a singer.
Yeah, I don't like making music. That's why I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I want to make like regular people could just make people listen to music. When people listen to music, it's just I don't know, they listen to music for different reasons. Right? So I don't want to be the reason that people just, you know what I'm saying, go out, do this, and you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather make music to change, you know what I'm saying, change what I can around it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I like making music, but that's what I want to do. That's what I be trying. That's why lately I only come in the studio.
No, and I saw that too, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Trey ain't coming home. D ain't coming home. Ain't coming home.
You know?
Ain't coming home, bro. And there's a chance you ain't coming home. But you're getting afforded an opportunity today that they didn't get afforded. You ever heard the terminology, you cut that snake off at the head, the body quivers?
Yeah.
You're the head, bro. You are the reason why the Clay County Sheriff's Office is focused on the Yungeen gang. You want that focus off of the Yungeen gang? Today's the day. Because we're not done. This isn't over. We just cut the head off of the snake. There's some other people out there right now that are sitting, lying in wait, and there's detectives ready to pounce. But we wanted you here to talk to you to find out when you wanted the bleeding to stop. Because like I said, it's gonna sting a little bit. It is. I ain't gonna lie to you. We got arrest warrants for you. You don't have to go to jail, and you don't have to answer for what you did. And we're gonna talk about some other things, and you're probably gonna have to answer for some other things too. But you know what? At the end of the day, tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
But here's what you got to realize: the Yungeen gang has some success. There's members that are involved in your music, and I only call it Yungeen gang because that's what you call it.
Yeah.
But there's people involved in your music that are still walking the streets.
Yeah.
This can still be a future for you.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Why you got a arrest warrant for me?
We'll talk about it. I'm just not gonna come to your house with a SWAT team.
Yeah, I know.
We have search warrants for your house.
Yeah, I knew. I seen that sound. I woke up. Everybody screaming.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But we're gonna talk, and you know what?
You know, all you got to do is come one police, I'm coming out. Come on.
Yeah.
That's just not, I ain't the person that be, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit there and talk crazy.
So let's talk about this. Having all this information at hand, and you know what we talked about before, what do you think when you're here? What is going through your mind
The
right now?
music.
The music. You think that the Clay County Sheriff's Office used a SWAT team to serve a search warrant on your house and arrest you because you made a music video?
Yeah, somebody told me I could go to jail.
That prompted an investigation. But remember what I talked to you about before?
About that thing that happened in the apartment.
Well, we didn't stop investigating.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that have provided information that you're going to be surprised about. But you know, you got to understand this. Just like you're in this room today, when somebody gets put in a position where they got to take care of number one, they take care of number one. They're going to spill it because everybody kind of has this fight or flight syndrome. We talk about that a lot, where you're either going to kind of back up and punch up. No, I'm going to be 100. I ain't going to do this. I'm going to do that. Well, then you kind of figure what's going to happen to you. Or you get the syndrome like, oh, I didn't do this shit, but let me tell you who did it. And they start providing information, minimizing their involvement. I know they lied to me. I know these people probably lied to me. They didn't tell me the whole truth, but they gave me parts of the truth. Let's just put it that way. But there's people who provided some information involved in that case at Crossings Boulevard, that shooting, that you'd be shocked. You follow this chair right now. And we're going to go over some of that. Like I said, I was a show me kind of guy. I know that. Don't just tell me. I got to see it. But it'd be in your best interest if you were just honest about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know.
So what happened?
When?
I know you went to Unique's house. You asked Unique where you could score some green. He called his boy and sent you.
No.
I got two people IDing you and DeAndre at the apartment.
No.
So just be honest and tell me what happened.
No, I already told you. I already told you what happened with me.
Well, let's rehash it.
He's supposed to give me some money.
Yeah, he owed you $50.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He paid you.
No, I didn't go get it. I already told you that.
Well, he said you came and got it. This is the problem we're gonna have is before I brought you in, we talked, and you gave me your side of the story, and I know somewhere there's this side of the story and this side of the story, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth.
Yeah, he never.
So we didn't have an arrest warrant for you.
Yeah.
We brought you in because I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
We talked. I've kicked you loose. Okay.
Yeah.
Now your boy Sedarian's went to jail. Let's rehash this.
Yeah. But
your boy Sedarian's went to jail.
yeah, he did.
DeAndre's went to jail.
Yeah.
We have Unique.
I told you I ain't never gonna get no money from you. Remember?
Okay.
Remember he said I drove my car to go get it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't never go get it.
Okay.
I told you to put the cameras up at night.
So let me ask you this: if I was able to bring some evidence in and show you some evidence, me and you talk, you straight? You need anything to drink?
Okay.
You drink soda in the morning, water. What do you drink?
Okay.
I mean, you just woke up out of bed, man. I want to make you as comfortable as you can. If you're thirsty, I'll get you something to drink.
Okay.
You a snack?
Okay.
You're good? Okay.
You want anything?
Sure. I mean, I'll bring it to you. No problem. All right. So here's what we'll do. I'm gonna go grab my laptop. Now let's make a gentleman's agreement. If I bring some stuff in here and I set it down, and we go through it, you can be honest with me.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm being honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie.
Because, you know,
It's serious.
today's the day,
I
bro.
hate when you do that. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. by the way, everybody at your apartment's fine. Nobody's hurt. I know you were kind of concerned about it. I don't want you to think that anybody was hurt, and we have fire rescue there for just precautionary purposes. All right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to play you some cuts of some tapes, of some people talking. They're kind of hard to hear, but I think you'll recognize voices. I'm not going to play it entirely to you. There's no need to. I'm going to let you hear a little bit. You're a smart guy. If I feel like you had a low IQ, this is just me trying to get it on my laptop. If I felt like you had a low IQ, I'd probably play a little bit more, but bro, you're smart. You know exactly what time it is. You know what's on these tapes. You know, like remember what I told you. Sometimes people they get in situations where they're incarcerated and there's no way for them to go, and the only thing they can do is take care of themselves, and not. And this is brothers, sisters, husbands, wives. I mean, this don't have any bias on who they take care of. Let's back up a little bit. Let's play the right one.
You can turn it up a little bit more too.
Whose voice is that? You got speakers here. Tell me whose voice do you think that is? I'm gonna get some speakers and make it a little louder. Yeah. He's clear minded. Let's listen to another. Let me figure out how to do it. There we go. So this is a series of conversations between, I want you to tell me who that voice is. You recognize anybody's voice?
Yeah.
We got some speakers coming. I don't think there's a plug in here.
There's one right out there. Get an electrical cord.
Here, we'll get these up around here. You recognize anybody's voice?
I can't really hear it. I think you have a lot of
Well, yeah, there's a lot of background. There's a couple segments on here that there's no background. Late at night kind of stuff.
Can you tell me where I got in the restaurant though?
We'll talk about it. And you're gonna figure it out listening to this.
I ain't going to work then.
No, sir. How long you been working at Orange Park Furniture?
Since March.
What do you do up there? Just moving stuff around, or?
Yeah, we been putting stuff together too.
Oh, God. Yeah, when you buy something that like a shelf or something, you gotta put that somebody's God, leave money. I bet you're damn professional at it. I always say, if you did this every day, you'd put them together quick.
Yeah, I still be like, I don't know. It's instructions. But like,
Some of the stuff you probably know.
yeah, like, I mean, when you say like put stuff together, I mean like, you just got screwed. It got screwed, so you just screw it and you screw that, but like the couch legs, you put the couch legs.
Oh, okay, little stuff like
Ain't
that.
nothing really
Like big entertainment centers.
Like it's some stuff like that, but like I don't sit down and let me do like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really like, I don't know. I haven't been working at that as long as them. A lot of them are real talented with all this stuff. I ain't never knew. Just a lot of stuff that I learned though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
How long you been working there since March?
Yeah.
They take care of you pretty good?
Yeah, my boss, Mr. Helmut, I think he real old. He used to come pick me up every morning. He liked me so much, he used to come pick me up. Like I started with 2 other people. I started with 2 other people. Over in 20, then in the Army right now.
Okay.
Yeah, in the Army. I started with him, but then he fired all of them. I'm the last one he kept. He said he liked me. He picked me up every morning for work, like I have a ride. He picked me up every morning, because sometimes I couldn't go to work because I had no ride, because my license.
Yeah.
They put me over and took me to jail, because my license.
You got that trait?
Yeah, I just got him back, but yeah, I just got him back. So.
That car is pretty beat up, man. It looks like it's been through the ringer.
That's what happened when I'm so nice, man. I let all my brothers, everybody drive my cars all the time. Like,
What happened to your mirrors? They're like duct
that's what
tape.
I'm saying. Yeah, I used to look, me when I was little, I always try to drive everybody's car. Everybody be like, no. And I was like, I get my car. Whoever want to drive, you know what I'm saying? They can drive. I used to let everybody drive my car. Everybody.
So what happened here? You walked out one day, your mirrors were laying on the ground?
I'm talking about everything, and like, it's like,
Bullet holes all up in it?
I'm trying to tell you, I'm like, man, the only thing I be worried about, like, man, how I'm going to explain this to my mama. I know how my mama is. I'm like, mom, I ain't even do it.
So what brothers were driving when the mirrors got knocked off?
When the mirrors knocked off, I don't think they got knocked off. I think.
Well, they're like duct taped on.
I think my brother's gonna ran into it. I used to live on playing field. My brother's gonna ran into him. Playing. They always playing. Like my brother.
Old Man Stauff built a house and filled it with his toys. 6 guests came one night. Their screams the only noise.
It almost looked like you got sideswiped. Like you were parked somewhere and somebody just ran up in your stuff, knocked the mirrors off, and you tried to duct tape them back on or something.
I be having duct tape. You can get a ticket for that, right?
Yeah, you got them on there. I think the only mirror.
No, I'm saying like if y'all.
I think the only mirror you're required to have is a rear view mirror, right?
No.
Gotta have one side. What is it?
I had duct tape because
I think if they're in place and you can use them, you're good. You know
that's
what I mean?
what I'm saying. I had duct tape on.
All right. So we'll go through a couple of these. I'm gonna let you. Is that a little better? It's kind of the same, one's probably a little better quality. Computers, bro.
Both not still like no. He got him. He got him.
Whose voice is that?
Oh yeah, I think I should be the same level too. This is Jim. How long you talk about right now?
Whose voice is that? You gotta have like health problems or you underweight and stuff like that.
You recognize his voice? Somebody dead? Somebody dead?
Yeah. You know who that is? Who is that? Who do you think that is?
My brother.
DeAndre? Okay. What do you think he's told us?
I don't know. He told my dad about it.
He's talked about a lot. I got 2 discs full of conversations that he's had while he's been in jail. Okay. We got arrest warrants for him too. So not only did the charges Duval County's put him in jail for, the Clay County Sheriff's Office has now put a hold on him because of the stuff he's told us on these tapes.
What he said?
Okay, we'll get into that. But Kenyatta, you got to understand something. I'm giving you an opportunity. If I have to give you, like, you go to the poker room, so you understand
Yeah, I
cards.
stopped going there. They take out my money.
I get it. But you understand that if you're holding a hand of cards and I'm holding a hand of cards, and me and you were playing cards, and I have to show you all my cards, you understand that I'm not just going to show you all my cards, right? I'm going to give you an opportunity to be honest with me.
Yeah.
So what do you think he's told us?
I don't know, he just looked like he was talking about death right now.
I mean, you got to look at it. I mean, that's all conversations just on this disc. That's a 44-minute conversation. This is a 33-minute conversation. There's a whole nother disc, not to mention other stuff that I can show. But I, for your benefit, I don't want to sit here and show you everything, and then you're like, because how's that going to benefit you? I can't go to the state attorney's office and say, or the judge and say, Keanu Board was honest with me because I had to show you everything. Of course, you had to be honest with me because it's here in black and white. Is that safe to say that? So my question is this: the shooting at Crossing Boulevard is one of the things I'm interested in, of many. What happened?
I told you. I'm saying, like,
Do you understand that the entree on these tapes is said exactly what happened? That's why we're sitting in a room having a conversation right now.
Show a little remorse.
He's told us.
Do you have any remorse for what you've done?
It's on tape, bro. He laid the whole thing out, how Unique set up the robbery. How y'all left Unique's house and drove to these people's house because y'all robbed the read man. How he went to the front door and when the door opened, I got a gun.
At me. You niggas shot at me, and I'm going to jail.
He's talking about John Tortorella, how he went to jail because y'all shot him. He lays it out, well, listen to it.
What the hell is that? Shit. They gonna be love like giant like mom. You ain't like that. Well, from the apartment. What apartment name? I was like, yeah, that was that. Some apartment. Put on the mission, man. That shit is down. He shot back at her? Oh, he found the K too. What did he get called AK-47? Oh, he told somebody else with him.
Talks about how they killed door. They talk about bringing the K, get the K, because they thought they were fixing to be robbed.
Oh, truck. Nigga trying to pull a kid. No. They ain't even go like that. They ain't go. Damn, no. They ain't do that. Close the door.
He ain't talking about me.
He didn't talk about you.
No, he's not talking about me.
You know you get a new nickname in these audio tapes.
They ain't even talking about me. I put them on.
They was the ball with like they pushing you in now. Like you a boy, like you. You got thirsty. So you're not just to get y'all from the try something.
They want to talk about me.
Just said your name.
He ain't say my name.
Keep listening. You get a new nickname, bro.
They want to understand.
He said his dogs.
Keep listening.
Yeah, we got part out our kids. Oh my God.
And you know what that cake cut on? That cake cut on? Yeah. What he did when he was a father? He ain't come out the back door of the cage. Oh yeah. The fly door. Oh, she was like the doormat, the door person or something. Like she was like, yeah. We with the brother, what's his name? What's his name? I'm calling his brother. Ace. Yeah, Ace.
So your brother's lying.
I swear to God, I put down everything I love.
Keanu, today's not the day for that
I
dog.
promise to you, I'm not lying.
And this is just one little piece, man.
That's what I'm saying. I promise to you. I swear to God, I promise to you. I promise to you.
No, hey,
I'm
are
not
you a
even-
religious man?
Yeah, I don't go to church.
Okay, well I do.
But I believe God, though.
Okay, I do too.
But I promise to you. I swear to God. That's not
You can't swear to God on that. Hey, that's your boy
That's what he
running
said.
his mouth.
That's what he said. That's what he said he did. I swear to God, I promise to you. I promise to you. I promise to you. You know I'm not finna let see him lie to you. I promise to you.
I know it hurts, bro. Hey, look, man. I have a best friend. Okay?
I promise to you. I promise to you.
I know it hurts.
I'm not even that type
But you got to understand what he's sitting in there charged with.
I know he charged
Okay.
it. I seen him.
So he's doing everything he can do
But
to take care of number one. I know it, bro. I know it hurts. You never think that your own dog, the road dog, guy that you with from day one, your boy. Now you might have a group of 5 or 6 friends that you're close to, but you're always closest to the one person, and it hurts. You never would think that one person would say the things he said, but he did. That's just the way it is. And I'm
That's what he said.
Keontae, you are in a position that he's not. I'm not giving him an out. I'm not giving him a reason to talk. I'm not going to talk to him.
Yeah, I know.
I'm talking to you.
I know.
And the reason I'm talking to you because I've done my homework. You are a person I think I feel like I can have a conversation with. I had a conversation with your mom. Okay? I know you go to work.
You could
That boy don't have no job. He ain't got the sense to have a job. That's why he's sitting in jail right now on murder charges, because he ain't got no sense. You got a job, you've been working since March. I've watched you at the poker room. You're mingling around all the older people. You're not disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not thugging
That's
out.
what I'm saying. I don't do stuff.
But you know what? Sometimes you make mistakes. Okay? Sometimes you end up with the wrong people at the wrong time. Things happen that are out of your control. Not even Kenyatta Bullard can control. I get it. Things happen. But sometimes it's time to be a man and step up to the plate and say, you know what? Some shit went down. I wasn't cool with it. And you know what? He's my homeboy. I get it. First time me and you had a little conversation, if you would have just sat down and said, Detective Count, let me tell you exactly what happened, how it happened, I would have been shocked. I get it. But sometime, Kenyatta, in life, it's time to be a man. It's time to step up and say, you know what? Some shit went down. I ain't down with that crap. I didn't know what was going to happen. We went over there to buy some weed, and this crazy fool started acting the way he acted. You know what? He's my boy, but you know what? He's told on. He's told it. Okay? And like I said before, you're the kind of person that you want to see it. You want to physically lay your eyes and ears on it and know that what's going down. And I can play the rest of it. He gets into grim detail about what goes down, and among a lot of other stuff that's happened. But today is the day that Kenyatta Bullard needs to step up and say, you know what, I'm a grown-ass man.
I swear to God.
And you know what? I need to take care of myself, because obviously DeAndre's taking care of himself, Sedarian's taking care of himself, and Sedarian's taking care of himself for other reasons.
Yeah, right.
But now's the time that Kenyatta takes care of himself. If you didn't go to this damn apartment and you didn't shoot into this damn apartment, you need to tell me that. But if you were there, I need to know it, because right now, the evidence suggests that you pulled the trigger your damn self.
I promise to you. I promise. I was not there. I promise I did not shoot.
Kenyatta, you were there.
I never shot anyone.
2 people picked you out of a photo lineup. You're a distinctive kid, man. You're not somebody who can just walk down the street and a common citizen walk by you and not recognize you.
I know everybody knows.
2 people picked you out of a photo lineup that were in that apartment that night. Unique's given us statements that you were at his house and he called John Tortorella, his weed dealer, and said he's sending his boys over to buy some weed. Okay? It's done. It's a wrap. This is what they call a nail in the coffin.
Tell me this.
Because this boy here is saying that you were one of the shooters.
Tell me this. Why you don't never believe what I said?
Because
I'm the one who always.
okay, here's why. Here's why. Okay, good question. And I respect that.
I know, no,
As a detective in a homicide unit, myself and Detective Anderson, we got to base our investigation on evidence and facts. Okay? Not only just statements. So, yes, you're right. DeAndre running his mouth on this tape is what it is. It's worth. This is what it's worth. But I also go on what Unique Anderson told us. I go on what John Tortorella picked you out of a photo lineup, and he's the guy that was in the apartment that Unique called on your phone. I go on the fact that I called thinking I was calling Unique that day. I talked to you. Sedarian backed me up on that. He said he was in the car when you answered. You recognized my voice.
Who said that?
D. Okay, I go on those facts. I go on the shell casings that were recovered from the scene are pretty much going to match the shell casings we just recovered from your car about 10 minutes ago. And I go on based on what DeAndre Thomas told me. So yes, you're right. I need to take your statement.
I want you to.
But your statement has to back physical evidence
That's what I'm
and
saying.
sworn testimony from witnesses and involved people in this case.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now, let me tell you what's happening. I got people putting a gun in your hand and you pulling the trigger. True or false?
False.
Okay, then you need to tell me if that's false. You need to tell me why these people were picking you out of a photo lineup. Why Unique would tell us that you were in your car, the Mazda, and you left his house to drive to these people's house because he called them.
You got everything.
You need to explain that.
You got everything.
Yes.
The Mazda, right?
Yes.
All right. Now I told you this from the beginning. I want you, since he said that I came and pulled up to his house in my car. He said I pulled up at night. I promise to you. I want you to go check them tapes. I promise to you. I did not go see Unique. I promise to you.
What tapes am I going to check?
The cameras, his cameras, right? I done been in Unique's house plenty of times. Spend out of his house all the time. His tapes everywhere. Like
There's no cameras at his house.
the gas station.
What gas station?
His gas station is by his house.
Okay, well, there's ways around that.
I'm saying.
Kenyatta,
I promise. Listen.
explain this then.
I'm trying to explain. You keep right now. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, I'm listening.
Just why you don't listen when I
I'm
order.
listening. You got my full
I promise. I did not go meet up with Unique that night. I promise to you. I promise I did not shoot in no apartments. I promise to you. I promise I was not with him. I promise to you on everything I love. I'm not even that person. I swear you can ask anybody. You can ask anybody. That's not even me. I promise to you. I promise to you. You can ask anybody in the world.
And I understand what you're
Anybody in the
telling me.
world.
But you have to understand this. Do you know how the court system works?
No, I don't.
Okay, you're going to go to court. You're going to have a jury. And they're Clay County citizens. And we're going to present all these facts.
All right.
And a reasonable person is going to not take an explanation from you why all this stuff's occurring. Like it would be easy for you to say, Detective Calvin, okay, I was there. Listen to me, hypothetically, we went up there to buy some weed. I had money because Unique even said that you Snapchatted him a picture of some money. We had money. We're going to buy weed, which whatever. I'm not here. Remember I told you before, I don't judge you. You know, if you were smoking weed, that's on you, and you're still young, so that's on you. And man, the people thought they got stupid and slammed the door in her face, and freaking DeAndre got pissed off and started shooting in the damn apartment. And man, what am I supposed to do? I ain't gonna call the sheriff's. I'll tell him my brother, but because he says he shot on this tape, he says he shot, but he also says you shot.
I was not. No, I swear to God.
So
you can ask anybody in this world. I swear to God, that's not even.
But the problem I have with this conversation we're having is you're not even man enough to put yourself there, and I know you were there.
I wasn't, because Unique said I came to his house. I was never there. I swear I never got my $50 from Unique.
I can tell you this: your phone, because I pulled the records, called Jonathan Tortorella's number.
I promise I didn't. I promise I didn't.
I pulled it. I subpoenaed the phone company and said, send me the records.
I don't even know who he is.
No, and you know what?
That's how I'm going to get his number.
You're telling me the truth because Unique said, let me have your phone, and Unique used your phone and called.
I never seen Unique. I promise to you.
He told me that.
Why you gonna listen to me?
Because
I'm telling you.
okay, let me back up. So Unique tells me, he said, all right, let me wire your phone, I'm gonna call this guy. I know John Tortorella's number because he's a victim of my case. So what I did I took John Tortorella's number.
Listen, if anything, why not call him off his phone? Why didn't Unique call him off his phone? If that's Unique,
it's a 610 number. And I called you and I talked to you on that phone. So Darian backs me up on that.
Listen. No.
That day that you walked out of here and Sedarian walked in handcuffs, He went home
Yeah, I know.
because he went straight to your house.
Yeah, he came to my house.
He went home because he told me the truth, or parts of the truth.
And I went home too.
Mhm.
I told you the truth.
He said, Detective Calhoun, because me and him worked on previous cases. You know,
All right, listen.
Cisco?
You don't believe me? If you said D went home because you told you the truth,
He told me some of the truth.
I went home because I told you the truth, right?
You went home because I didn't have anything to hold you on. And the investigation was still very early ongoing.
But
All I had at that point when I brought you in here, when OSS stopped your car and I brought you in here, all I had basically is Unique saying you were the one that he sent over there. I needed to know I needed to talk to you to see if that was true. But since then, I've been able to pull your phone records. John Tortorella's number's on your phone.
what's my number?
It's in the case file. It's a 610 number.
I don't have a 610 number.
Look, man, I called that number thinking it was Unique's, and you answered. And I didn't know who you were. And I said, Unique there. You said this ain't Unique, and you hung up on me.
And
Sedarian's sitting in the car next to you when I call, and here's the thing that sucks about this whole thing. Sedarian helped me on another shooting, so me and him have had a lot of conversations on this other shooting. He recognized my voice on the phone and said, "Why is Detective Calhoun calling Ace?" So when I got to
Use Kayak's filters to search only the flights you actually want to take. Download the Kayak app now.
Sedarian at the conference table, I didn't even tell him that I'd called you. He says, "Hey, why'd you call Ace the other day?" I said, "What you talking about?" He goes, "I was in the car with him. You called him." I said, "Man, I thought that was Unique's phone. That's why I called." He goes, "No, that was Ace. I was sitting. This is back when we talked before." I said, "No, I thought it was Unique's phone. I was trying to find Unique because they told me Unique's the one they called." They said, "No, that was you called Ace. He answered the phone. He talked to you and hung up."
No.
So I said, "Well, I need to pull them phone records." So I did, and lo and behold, there's John Tortorella's number on your phone where Unique used your phone and called. So here's the deal, man.
You never call my phone. You never call my phone.
I did.
When D was with me, you never called
I
me.
did. He was sitting right beside you. He was the one that told me. I didn't even tell him I did that.
All right.
So here, you get a new nickname because of all the stuff he tells.
Never take him to me. That was Ace did that? No.
That was who? He said
They were?
So start talking about Unique color.
I just talked to them.
Just talk to him. When?
Nothing.
Well, Unique said that he's under arrest too.
Yeah, I just thought not you need a sister.
He's talking about how Unique knew y'all. You tell the police.
Yeah, I knew you
So you got all the time. The nigga already in there. We come to get Ace. Nobody ain't get shot? Nigga ain't like what?
Little baby got shot. Remember we had that conversation? We had that conversation. I did not have that conversation with him.
I know.
Okay. He's talking about how Unique told on y'all. Did he know y'all's real names? No, he only
He
knew.
know he know everybody.
Mhm.
I know her when I was little. His sister's the
So here's the thing. That's not the only thing that I've got. This is a tip of the iceberg. Okay, he's told on a bunch of stuff that y'all done. All right? But this crossing shooting over here, this apartment, that hits home. That's Clay County. Okay? He's told about it, a lot of other stuff. You're getting an opportunity today, Kenyatta, to be honest. If you didn't pull the trigger, if you didn't do what that man just said you did, I need to know it. Because as of right now,
I promise I did
the
not.
evidence stacks against you that you shot up that
I
apartment.
promise I did not do that. I promise to you. I promise to you.
What did you do?
I didn't do nothing. I swear to God, I promise to you. I promise to you. I did not do nothing. I promise. I promise. I already told you that. I'm not even that person. I swear to God.
Okay.
Ask
Well, tell me about a car. Tell me about a carjacking that happened at the apartment complex. That Sedarian got caught in the car the next day.
What carjacking?
It's on here.
I never carjacked nobody before. I promise to
You
you.
and Boozy.
I swear to
Sedary
God,
D got caught in the car the next day.
I promise to you, I swear to God,
This
I never carjacked.
Kenyal, this is what you gotta understand, bro. This is where this is going.
Listen to me. I
You
promise.
can't even look at him in the face.
I can't. I can look at you right now. I swear to God. I
Okay,
promise.
let's do something
Look,
simple.
let me talk. Let me look in your face and tell you. I promise to you. I swear to God. I never carjacked nobody before. I never shot nobody before. I promise to you.
Let's do
I'm not
something
even that type of person. You can call anybody and ask anybody.
So you're a good, outstanding citizen.
I swear.
This is gonna
I'm saying. I'm.
this is gonna take a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put this in. Because it's gonna have to boot up. It's gonna take a while. Since audio conversations is not your thing, we'll do video. Because DeAndre's stupid. This is actually DeAndre Thomas's phone that we got when he got arrested. And he's dumb. He likes to film shit. So since you're not too prone to talk about audio stuff, and this is going to take a while because this phone has a lot of details on it.
Let's go ahead home here. Okay?
And I'm not even really interested in this video. We're looking into it. But this is going to wake you up a little bit and realize this is serious, bro. This 350 crawl, this shooting at John Tortorella's apartment, and the little carjacking y'all did with the Uber driver, that's mild compared to what's coming down the pipe. Because DeAndre has got a problem with his mouth. See, when you go to jail, we control where you go. We control that. We control who you talk to. We control every movement you've got. We control it. So it just so happens DeAndre got put in a position where there were some professional snitches. All these boys, that's all they do. Try to save their own asses. And we had to just give him a recording device and say, have at it. See what you can figure out. And he's got diarrhea of the mouth. And he's talking about a whole lot of stuff. These cases we're talking right now, minimum. This is a check your temperature conversation. Because the other stuff is on this tape. It's all on you, bro. Depending on how much you want to talk about. Depending on how much you want to save your own ass. It's serious, Kenyatta. This is not no shoplifting
I
case.
understand. I'm not.
Yes, did this whole video y'all put out drive some attention from law enforcement? Do we start looking in to finding out, okay, what is the Yungeen gang involved in because they got guns all over this video? Yeah, I mean, that did. It's going to take a while to boot. It takes a while. Because there's so much data on it. But what you need to understand is this little investigation we started picking up, well, they did this, we already knew that, and they've done this, and now this shit's happened. And right in the middle of our investigation, Downtrade decides to go and kill somebody. So that kind of stepped up our game a little bit to get him in custody because we can't just have people going around and shooting people. But you know what's funny? Is that whole conversation. What do you think he told us? So these little cases we're talking about is minimal. It's basically to check your temperature to find out how honest is Kenyatta going to be. Because I don't only have you in here to talk to you about stuff you've been involved in. I'm here to talk to you about stuff that other people have been involved in to see if you're going to help yourself at this point. Because Sedarian ain't telling us the whole truth. He's minimizing his involvement, pushing everything off on you and Boozy Trey. Obviously, DeAndre's got diarrhea of the mouth. So when I told you earlier I wouldn't lie to you, today's your day. And trying to explain your way out of all this stuff, Keanu, is not going to work. This is going to take a while. See, it's only a little bit. A lot of stuff on his phone. A lot of videos, a lot of pictures, a lot of text messaging. Basically, what this does is anything he deletes off his phone because he doesn't want people to see, I still see it. But as I'm browsing through this the other day, just trying to make heads or tails on a lot of stuff in here, there's a video in here of you in a fist fight. And a bunch of people start fighting. And then all of a sudden, damn Boozy goes to shooting. And people running everywhere, shots being fired by me. It's just a damn shootout. And he's videoing the whole damn thing. And then y'all run back to your car. And I don't think he realizes at this point that he's still videoing because he's running. And then Sedarian's little ass is talking. Somebody got stabbed, blah, blah, blah. I think this, and like I said, I'm not really interested in this because this happened over off Collins Road in a place called Highland Lakes. But JSO is interested in it. But I wanted to show you this just to let you realize that this shit's getting serious, bro. And the evidence is just stacking up to the point where, I mean, it's crazy.
But you say you're not that type of person.
I'm not.
Well,
But Sheriff Daniels has basically taken a group of detectives and formed them together and told us we do nothing. Homicide detectives, narcotics detectives, burglary detectives, we do nothing but focus on the Yungeen gang. And that's all we've done for the last month and a half, 2 months. Every waking hour, we've watched you when you didn't know you were being watched. We followed you around. We know who you're associated with. I got boards pinned up on my wall with everybody's face, where they're at, what they're doing, who they're involved. This day was coming. You just didn't know which day.
In 10 minutes. When you watching me, this will tell you a lot. When you watching me, what do I need? This will tell you a lot. What do I do when you watching me?
Well, I mean, you've been all over the place, really.
I don't even go nowhere. I go to work. I come home. After I leave home, I probably go like my friend house who stayed the apartment over.
Dion and Zentarius.
Zentarius. I go to their house. If I'm not with their house, I go with my girlfriend.
What'd you do last night?
Last night I went to a little, what did I say?
After work.
After work, I got off work. I went to my brother Jay's barbershop.
Where's that at?
Down on what's the street called? 17. Right.
Where else did you go?
Roosevelt. After I left his shop, I came home. After I came home, I ain't go straight home. I'm not. I went to Flip House.
Who's?
St. David's.
Yeah,
I
Flip.
went to his house. I went to give him I was gonna give him $30 because we supposed to all went half from the video. We supposed to do our video. So my brother Mark J, he gave me our money back because we was gonna get it and stuff from my mom. So we went to Flip House. St. David's house. I went to his house and he gave me like 320s. So he was like, I can't give him change. You know what I'm saying? Because 320. So he was like, let's go break it. I like, what you think? Something to eat with your money? He like, yeah. I said, so we might go Burger King. Went to Burger King. He got his. I got me some. I took him back home. And right there, I think I went straight home. After I went home, what I did. My mama said she needed to go to her class.
Where's your class at?
Down on, what's it called? College? I don't know what it's
So you're talking about the college down there in St. John's?
No, it's right. It's not a college class, but I'm saying, I think that street called College.
Mm-hmm. College Avenue.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Right there by Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Her class right there. I think the drug and alcohol. I'm not sure. So I took her to her class, and after that, I went to my little brother's house.
Where's that at?
Right there by, what is it called? What's the park called? Wednesday
Hmm?
Wednesday.
Lindsay Terrace?
Yeah. But I went colleges.
No, you're talking about your brother. Who's that, Royal?
No. Yeah, I don't know him.
Who is it?
He was named Corn. You don't know him. He really well. I went to him. He would talk to me about something. I talked to him. Something like that. And then after that, I went to go back to my mama because I was going to go straight home. But then I was like, nah, I'm just going to go there because he caught me and said he had something to talk about. So I went.
What do you have to talk about?
He just talking. His life. Sunshine. A lot of stuff he was going through or something. So he went to tell me about that. After that, I'm gonna pick my mama up. And after that, I went back to the house. And went to the north. I went to go pick up my cousin. And he would take him to get some money on the north side.
Who's your cousin?
What's the name? You don't know. You don't know.
Try me.
You don't know. I know you don't know because nobody knows him. Yeah, I took Tori. You know Tori?
Tori?
Okay. We used to just at my house. But yeah, we went to go get some money.
Get some money. What does that mean?
He went to get some money.
For winter.
His people gave him some money or something. He said he needs some money because I guess he had no money. His people gave him some money. They gave him some money. Then we went back and he went to go to the other people to get some food. So I took Torian to get some food. I took Torian to get some food, dropped
Are you saying Torian?
Yeah. Went back home.
What's Torian's last name?
I don't know his name. We're not blood. I'm not blood, but I don't got no, like, I really don't have no family. I don't have no family down here. I do. Only family I got my mom.
And your brothers.
And my uncle. And my other family. And my auntie.
Where are you from?
I'm from Indiana. In Chicago, Indiana. So, but yeah, after that, I came home. And then I went back to Flip House. Same house. I went back to Flip Same house.
We'll be paying them a visit here shortly.
Oh, we should be talking about music. Yeah. You're right. You
So
said,
we'll be paying Jason a visit shortly.
Huh?
If they aren't already knocked on his door.
what happened?
Jason.
What about
We have detectives going there. We have detectives going to Dion and Flip's house.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Your brother Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I left Zan, I was on like 10 something. 10 something. I wasn't going to get some heat, but like the way my headlight set up, like my headlight, like, it's a piece missing, so my headlight be bouncing out. So I was like, nah, I'm just going to go home instead of getting pulled over. So I went home, and I went home. Like 10, I got home at like 10 something. And then I went to sleep for me.
Yeah. Well, what are we going to find in your house?
The shit find out.
Shouldn't and not. It's two different.
You're not going to find out.
What are we going to find in your car?
You're not going to find out.
We already found
Yeah,
shelter.
you're going to find one. But that's about it.
What else?
That's it. I don't got nothing. I don't have nothing. I promise you.
They're going to tear your house apart. You know that, right?
Yeah, I see what they're doing.
Air vent, shoebox,
Yeah, I know.
pants pocket. That's your mama's house, right?
Yeah, that's my mom's house.
So you being her son,
Yeah.
and your mama not having any criminal charges right now.
I ain't got no criminal charges.
Yeah, you do. We have arrested. You're not going home today. You're going to jail.
Yeah.
So because your mama could potentially go home.
See ya?
I don't know if they got her here yet or if she's still on the scene. But your mama potentially could go home, have to clean her house. But to prevent all that from happening, if you tell me just where everything's at, we'll just go find it.
I don't have nothing.
Where's the guns at?
I don't have no gun.
Where are all the guns in the video?
No. I don't have no gun. Those props.
Props, bro. Dion Williams is holding a gun in the video. It's black and tan, 9mm, Keltec. That gun was found after a shooting occurred at your apartments, the day after Boozy got shot.
You know?
It was in the video. Because information we got that the gun in the video is broke. Something's wrong with it. Well, the gun we found was broke. Something's wrong with it. And it
What
matched.
happened? You said what?
They said information we got from that gun in the video saying, hey, there's something wrong with that gun. It's broke. Something wrong with it. Well, lo and behold, the gun's laying on the ground in front of your apartment building next to a backpack. Has the same damage to it. So we have that gun.
Y'all got fingerprints?
Bro,
No, I'm saying.
Kenyatta, that's a world that you want to step into that if you won't make me prove my case sitting in this room today, you might not ever get out of jail. Remember what I've told you while we're sitting here having a conversation. Okay. Well, we just recovered a 40 caliber Glock and a 9mm Taurus from your bedroom upstairs.
No.
Let me tell you what's fixing to happen.
Ask one bedroom.
Let me tell you what's fixing to happen. The Glock 40, I already know, was used in the shooting on Wells Road because I took all those shell casings and I sent them to the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and they told me it was a Glock. So I'm going to take that gun that we found in your bedroom and I'm going to fire it. I'm going to take them shell casings and I'm going to send it back over here, and I guarantee they're going to match.
All right, and if they don't match, can I go home?
They're going to match, Kenyatta.
But if they don't, can I go home?
No, you're not going home. We have arrest warrants for you. You're going to jail. The conversation we're having in this room right now is to figure out how long. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a very patient guy. I've been doing this 20 years, man. you're probably the 10,000th person I've talked to in a room like this. I've talked to people that have killed people. I've talked to people who have killed babies. I've talked to people that have killed several people. Okay? My patience is running thin because it seems like, you know the definition of insanity, right? You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. I keep thinking that maybe one day that somebody will walk through one of these doors and they wouldn't have done what I thought they did. I'd actually talk to an innocent person in here, but it never happens. Because usually when we walk you through this door, we already kind of know 75% of what's going on. Now, the 25% we don't know is if you give a shit. That's one thing. And I would have put money on that you did, because remember we talked about it before, you were very respectful to law enforcement. We've watched you on video maneuver around the poker room around old people and stuff. You're very respectful. So I would have said, he probably gives a shit. And the other part of that is just why? Why? Why does an innocent baby have to sit in a high chair watching cartoons, eating her dinner, and have to worry about a fucking bullet hitting her headrest of her high chair? Why? Why does an Uber driver who goes out and works every day of his life trying to make money want to go home and get jacked in the parking lot and his car taken? Why? Why does an apartment complex, people that are just working every day, paying rent, just trying to get by, have to worry about fucking Beirut? Bullets flying everywhere. Why does Clay County have to worry about a gang called Problem Child Entertainment coming to Wells Road and shooting up people? Bullets don't have names, man. When you pull the trigger, you're accountable. That bullet we're accountable. If today the Clay County SWAT team would have shot you, they're accountable for every bullet they shoot at you, and they better be able to justify why they're doing it. Y'all don't play by the rules. What I'm fixing to show you is a total disregard for human life. So the why, I'm tired of asking it, because it don't make no damn sense to me. Don't make any sense. And y'all just bounce around like it's no big deal. You know what my real question was when I first watched that video? Honestly, who the fuck was on the other side of the camera? Because I would have not stood there, because I know y'all didn't. So I wouldn't have stood on the other side of the camera, because I know y'all didn't do buddy checks and check and make sure all the guns were unloaded. I've already been told, no, you just bring what you got. We didn't check them. You don't understand. There's rules. There's rules. If you want to go out and you want to shoot up PSC, or PSC wants to shoot up you, do it somewhere where nobody else can get hurt. That's the rule. Go out in the middle of the damn woods and do it. You know, honestly, I'll be honest with you. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, Clay County Sheriff's Office wouldn't even give a shit. But when I got people that are in the line of fire, that are innocent, go to work every day, you get my attention. And the whys get thrown out the damn door because there's no answer to it. But it always boils down to this. Who's going to be a man? You're damn sure a man in the street when you're bouncing around firing damn guns everywhere. But when you get in front of somebody that's talking to you and trying to make sense of it, the manhood goes out the door. What's the first thing you did today when the Clay County SWAT team snatched your ass up? Want to know where your mama was? Well, you know what your mama has to endure now? A piece of 4-inch glass in between her and her son. But you know what's better than that? A piece of 4-inch glass. When she comes and visits you, she's going to be able to sit in a chair and look at you through glass. No more hugs. No more of that. But you know what? At least your mama gets to look at it through glass. And not have to look at your gravestone. Because you're playing with fire. The PCE is the most violent, most heavily armed gang in Jacksonville right now. Do you think them fucking people are going to stop?
From the way we are greeted to the quality of the food, Culver's simply puts more care into every meal.
We're here today at an expedited rate because me and my bosses were nervous that they were actually coming.
I got a question. No.
Blood for blood, right? That's one of the laws of the street. Blood for blood. You really think?
I'm not in the streets.
Do you really think PCE wants us to arrest DeAndre Thomas? Do you think they wanted us to arrest him for the murder of Zion Brown? Do you think that's what they wanted us to do? Hell no. They wanted his ass right there on the street so they could take care of him themselves. Whatever y'all did to them, and Zion came down, because you know as well as I do, y'all know who shot your boy. And y'all exchanged gunfire with him. Look, man, I'm asking you a point blank question. You're standing next to your brother. He gets shot. Who shot him? When he got shot. Your brother, yeah, Trey got shot. Who shot him?
I was running. I heard shot.
This is kind of the funny part, because Trey seems to know who shot him.
I promise to you, I was running. I don't know nobody from DC. I don't know no people.
Why did you beat him with Trey?
Only person I know is Fulvio, and that's just because he rap.
Charles Jones.
Yeah, I know because he rap. You know what I'm saying? It's like a song.
So you're standing next to your brother. Your brother gets shot. Obviously, we probably need to hire him as a damn intel investigator.
First off,
obviously he knows who shot him.
First off, when we was walking, the shots came from behind. I start running because I'm not gonna stand there if it's shooting.
I hope that you would.
I'm not trying to look.
I mean, you got some sense.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna try to turn around and see you. You know what I'm saying? Who's shooting? When I hear the first shot, I start running because I know how gunshots sound. I start running. Boom. I turn around. When I turn around, I don't see him next to me. I don't see him running with me. So I turn around and I run back. You know what I'm saying? I'm running. You can ask the man who lived right there. He'll tell you that I was running around looking for him because I couldn't find him. I didn't know where Trey was. So I just happened. Somebody said he in the bushes. So I look in the bushes and I see him.
Do you realize that correctional officer wouldn't have lived in that building, wouldn't have come out and put a tourniquet on your leg? You'd be going to his grave just like Mumbo's. He'd have died.
Who?
Trey would have died. The wounds that he sustained during that gunshot, if he didn't get that tourniquet put on his leg,
I know.
He would have died.
I know. That's why I was thinking.
And we would have been working a murder.
Because I didn't even I never seen nothing like that. Like he just, I don't know. I had him in my arms. I had him in my arms. And the man came out there. He just put the thing on his leg.
Yeah. Saved his life.
I didn't know he was shot at though.
So the guy that you're holding in your arms, he's pretty much dying. Because if that guy wouldn't have done what he did, he'd have died. The guy you're holding in your arms,
I didn't even see what he was shot.
And we won't even go into the fact of the events that happened therefore. But the guy that you're holding in your arms is now in jail for murder. And the guy that's in jail for murder has run his mouth. Now I'm gonna give you something. He probably doesn't realize he run his mouth. You feel me? It's not like he sat down in front of me and said, Detective Calhoun, let me tell you this crazy shit happened. He probably doesn't realize he run his mouth. So when this gets brought to his attention, he's going to be pissed. But it doesn't change the fact that he ran his mouth. You know, y'all play by your rules, we have to play by ours. Ours sometimes are a little sneakier. So, but doesn't change the fact he ran his mouth. Doesn't change the fact that we just recovered a Glock 40 caliber handgun with a 30-round magazine in your house. Doesn't change the fact of what witness testimonies we have and what other evidence we have. Doesn't change any of that.
Now's the time to man up.
This is on his phone. I can't make this shit up. Who's that?
That's not me.
Okay, who is it? What happened? I appreciate him running by the street sign so we know what's happening.
voice gotta be fucked up.
Whose voice is that?
Come on, car.
God, come on! Get in my foot, Kente!
Whose voice is that?
Let's go,
The-
come on! Come on!
You nigga bitches.
That's why the knife, God. On the AC.
You brought a knife?
Yeah. He stabbed me in my back.
Let me see. Yeah, he tried, dude. He tried.
Turn the AC on, man. I can't breathe.
So what happened there? Tell me what happened.
They were fighting.
Who was fighting?
They right there, you just seen they were fighting. Shit. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying?
You were there.
I know, I know, like I said, I know.
Okay, tell me the situation.
I'm saying,
Like I said, this happened in Duval County.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what was been reported or not reported. So tell me the scenario of what happened right here.
They were fighting.
Who was fighting?
Them right there, you just seen.
But tell me who though. I don't know. Explain this.
They were right, them two right there.
Who was fighting?
Them two right there.
Who were they?
Germany, them.
Germany?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were fighting.
Germany's fighting who?
They both.
Now Germany's your boys, right?
Not
Your side?
No.
Who's on your side?
The other boy.
Who's the other boy?
My brother.
Who's your brother?
That one.
Trevon?
Yeah.
Okay.
They was fighting.
Why were they beefing?
I don't even remember. Like I said, I swear, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know why they beef.
Okay, that's explainable.
Like,
Over a girl, some stupid shit. They look at you. Where did this happen off Collins Road over there at Highland Lakes? So y'all went over there because Trevon was gonna get in a fight?
Yeah, they will fight, like, they fought.
Okay. So why did the guns get brought out? Why did all the shots fired?
They started shooting.
They started shooting.
Yeah, the other boy started shooting.
Well, DeAndre shot because that's very clearly gunshots coming from his hand.
No, they didn't change it.
DeAndre didn't shoot.
I promise you. I promise. The other boys, they start shooting. Yeah, they start shooting.
Who got stabbed?
The other boy was in the video.
Who's that?
My brother.
Trevon?
No, it's not my real brother. That's his name, John.
John.
Yeah, they always stabbed me back.
Who's John's? What's John's real name?
John.
John what?
I don't know that.
What's he go by?
John.
And Boozy didn't shot.
No, he didn't.
Because it's very clear on there that I think he did.
I didn't. No, you can run it back. Look, he didn't shoot. He didn't shoot. The other people start shooting. We start running.
This is an example. I'm trying to get you to understand
I'm trying
that
to
this shit has happened all over Jacksonville.
I'm not, I promise you, I'm not lying. I promise he did not shoot. I promise.
Do you ever watch anything that like CSI or Discovery Channel, anything that?
No, my mom be watching it.
Okay. Do you understand that the law enforcement officers, departments, we have labs that we can send evidence to, and they analyze the evidence. We took the shell casings from 350 Crossings, along with all the other shell casings from every scene we have, the shooting at your apartment, the shooting where Boozy got hit. We took all these shell casings, because it's physical evidence, it's what we see on the ground. It shows us that a shooting happened. There's multiple different calibers, so obviously some shell cases over here, some shell cases over there, show us that a volley of gunfire, exchange of gunfire between two parties. We take all this physical evidence and we give it to the feds, and we have them analyze it. And we've got those results, which is another reason why you're sitting here. Tell me about the shooting at Dollar Tree on Argyle Forest Boulevard.
Dollar Tree.
Y'all got into it with somebody, and y'all left shell cases all in the damn parking lot.
I ain't know. No, yeah.
Because those shell casings in the Dollar Tree parking lot at Arlington or on Argyle Forest Boulevard, where y'all got into it with somebody and shot it up.
Where Dollar Tree at?
That's on Argyle Forest Boulevard. I don't have the exact address. So listen to me now. Those shell casings match forensically, like science. Like, I can't make this shit up. match the shell casings at the Crossing Boulevard shooting. Okay? The shell casings match other crime scenes in Jacksonville. So when I tell you that this room's getting smaller, it's getting smaller. The shell casings that we took from the case, the casings where your downtrigger got shot, we've compared those. We now know who those belong to. Shell casings at your apartment complex where there was an exchange of gunfire, we've compared those. We now know where those come from. This is chess. You understand the game of chess?
I never played it before.
Okay. This is chess. We're just moving pieces around. Filling in blanks. Where does this belong? Where does that belong? And these chess
So
pieces.
all them shell cases match. They all match each other.
We got 40 caliber shell casings at this scene, 40 caliber shell casings at this scene, 40 caliber shell casings over here, 40 shell casings over here, about 6 different places, and they all match. Now we have a 40 caliber Glock, and one of the other things they're able to tell us in this scientific examination is these shell casings were fired from particular weapons brands. Because when you fire a gun, whether I don't have my own, it'd be a Glock, the firing pin hits the bullet different than a Smith & Wesson would hit, that a Beretta would hit. Even though it's the same caliber, it hits different. So they're able to look at this and say, hey, these are Glocks. These are this. These are this. And now I've got a Glock in your house that we preserved for prints, DNA, all that with a 30-round magazine, which kind of explains, because one of the questions we have is, damn, I carry 13 plus one in the pipe. So how am I getting 18 and this and that? How am I getting all these shell casings on scene? Well, shit, ding, 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 ding. 30-round magazine right in the clock. That explains it. So the evidence is mounting. So you're in here in this room today, and I'm going to give you a minute. And I'm all for you again if you want something to drink or something to eat. We've got crystals right here. We'll go get you something to eat. But I'm going to give you a minute to absorb all of this. And then I want to sit down and have a very man-to-man conversation about what's been going on. Feel me? You sure you don't want nothing to eat? I can go to Crystals. I can go get you a soda, water, whatever you want. But your mama's tied up right now.
Why's she tied up?
She's with the detectives. We're still serving the search warrant. We're still searching your house.
Let me sleep.
We got another blanket. You cold, man?
Yeah.
It's kind of cold in here. AC hadn't worked in months, and all of a sudden today it's working. There you go.
Y'all talking to my boss, right?
Deputy did. Yeah. It's time to be a man. It really is. You got your family down there sitting in the damn street. Can't even get in the house. Your mama worried about you and worried about what's going on, and they're continuing to pull evidence out of your house. And somebody is going to be accountable for that. So your family's fixing to get drugged into this. And probably the members of the family that don't need to be drugged into this. What's taking out your house? That's taken out of your house. Your car was car's on the way here. Because they're bringing it here to process it because I have a search warrant for your car too.
When it comes to your credit, are you keeping score? Stay on top of your credit and plan for your future with Equifax Complete Premier. You'll get your 3 Bureau Vantage scores and report from Equifax with alerts and identity theft restoration, so you'll always know where you stand. The credit scores provided are Vantage Score 3.0 credit scores based on Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion data. Third parties use many different types of credit scores and are likely to use a different type of credit score to assess your credit worthiness.
You're dragging people into this that don't need to be dragged into it. Mainly your mom, because it's her part. Now, what your mom will say when we have to go to her and we have to ask her, what you need to explain this, because Kenyatta says he don't know nothing about nothing. What's she gonna say? What's your brother's gonna say? There's a lot of people in that apartment that are in a bad position right now because you're not being responsible. And this bad dream is going to become a nightmare, bro. You're in a position today where you can make a lot of this stop. Stepping up, being a man, taking some responsibility. Stupid mistakes. Nobody got hit at that 350 crossing shooting. Nobody got hit. That time. There's a lot of innocent people that are fixing to be put in positions they don't need to be put into, and you can stop it. Your mom would be number one. I know you're close to her. You do stuff for her. She does stuff for you. And you've put her in a bad spot because now she has detectives at her door with a search warrant using a SWAT team going in her house looking for evidence of been used in crimes. And we found it. And now somebody's got to take ownership. Somebody's got to step up and take ownership. And your mom's not going to do it because your mom shouldn't have to. Because I don't think your mom is running around shooting at people. But somebody is going to own it. And you're in a position right here today in this room that you can make that stop. And that's just what we found right now that I'm getting phone calls and being reported and photographs sent me. They're still searching, bro. They ain't done. They won't be done until that apartment is searched, top to bottom, front to back. Everything is searched. Every air vent, everything. And then when they're done with that, they're going to search the outside, in the woods, on the porch, anywhere around there. And then they're going to search your car. They're going to do that here. Crime scene evidence techs are going to do that here. And they're going to take everything out of your car. They're going to remove the seats. They're going to look for every little thing they can look. They already said they're showcasing in the car. They can see that without even getting into it. yeah, you're going to go to jail today. And you're going to get charged with what you got charges on you right now for. You've been charged with accessory to attempted murder. But we're going to continue to work. And the sheriff is going to say, Detective Calhoun, just keep focusing on what you're doing. And I'm going to keep focusing. And the more I focus, the more I dig, the more I find. We're going to send these guns off to the lab. We're going to send these shell casings off to the lab that we found in your car. And anything else we find, we're going to send it off and we're going to get analyzed. And then I'm going to go to the north and I'm going to start talking to my partners at the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. And we're going to start putting two and two together on all these other crime scenes these shell casings have been in on. And we're going to start putting two and two together on stuff y'all been doing in Duval County. It might take me 6 months, it might take me a year, Kenyatta, but I promise you this. I will not leave any stone unturned. You will be my #1 project. But today you have the power. It's in your hands to make that stop. Anybody you've associated yourself with, your boys, I won't stop till they're in jail. Anybody that's in that video is a target. Shit, I'm going after the producer of that video. And I know who he is. You ain't the only video he's ever filmed. But you're in a position today that you can step up, be a man, own what you've done, and stop the bleeding.
Unique's doing it right now.
Unique's right here. Right here. Right on the side of this wall. He's in a room just like you, and he is charged in the same case you're charged in. He's admitted to setting up the drug deal. He's admitted knowing that y'all were going to rob him, and he's identified everybody in the car. And he's going to jail for his part. The people selling the drugs went to jail and are still in jail, fixing to get sentenced. Because I don't condone any criminal activity that surrounded itself around this shooting. Not when you shoot up an apartment with innocent bystanders. I can't justify that. I can't answer for it. There is no why to that situation. 12-month-old baby almost got killed, came within an inch of her life, but her parents happened to bury a child. Our sheriff is from Duval County. He's retired Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. And he's seen the direction that Jacksonville has gone in the 35 years that he was a cop up there. And we've had conversations, and he says, not under his watch is Clay County going to turn into what Duval is today. So when it comes across his desk that we've had multiple shootings, carjackings, robberies, you name it, he said, put a stop to it, because this is how Duval 35 years ago started. Just one little incident here and there and here, and now all of a sudden they got a full-out freaking war up there. People get killed every day. And I tend to agree with him. I lived here. I grew up here. Went to school here. Lived here since I was 8 years old. I don't want my family growing up in a county that's turned into what Duval has. We're not hard people to get along with, Kenyatta. We're very fair. But you put a lot of people at risk. And you've put your family at risk. And only you can stop it. Because from this day forward, I don't have to worry about the Yungeen gang shooting up Orange Park. I don't have to worry about them shooting up Jacksonville. I can actually rest now, not worry about following knuckleheads around Clay County and Duval County and pulling surveillance and getting phone calls when I'm trying to be with my family on vacation that, hey, one of y'all killed somebody. That's over. I don't have to worry about that anymore. All I have to worry about is sitting behind my desk, looking at these cases, networking with these other detectives, and filling out charging affidavits on who I'm going to charge, who with, and what crimes. That's all I got to worry about now. Before this is all said and done, Kenyon, if this is the way you want to play it, you will get sick and tired of coming down to the booking room and getting rebooked. Not to mention, Duval County hadn't even had a crack at you. They won't come get you. The people that aren't a threat to me will get deals. They'll testify against you. And we'll move on, as life should. But a lot of that can be prevented today. I've shown you a little bit, just to kind of wake you up and let you realize that I'm not bluffing you. Hide behind a blanket or not, Kenyon.
Nah, it's cool.
But let me give you one scenario. There's a huge difference between you driving a car over and trying to buy one of your friends doing something stupid, than you doing the thing that's stupid. There's a huge difference between you standing there when the trigger is pulled and you pulling it yourself. Do you understand that? Huge difference. There's a huge difference in you taking a human being's life and you just present when a human being's life gets taken. There's a huge difference with you being a cold-blooded murderer and going out and putting a gun on somebody and pulling the trigger than you defending yourself. There is so much difference in those couple scenarios I've given you. A matter of walking out of the jail or doing life in prison. These are some of the decisions that you have a very, very short period of time to make. Because I'm going to be honest with you. When I'm done with you, I'm done with you. I don't want to get any calls from attorneys saying, oh, well, now Kenyatta says he wants to talk to you. Because it's too late. At some point, it's going to be too late. I'm not going to want to talk to you. And those differences that I'm trying to explain to you is not going to matter. Whether you were just there or whether you pulled the trigger is not going to matter. But I'll tell you who it will matter to. It's going to matter to your mom. It's going to matter to you. And it's going to matter to people who care about you. Because the difference of having Kenyatta home and being able to have some quality of life, and the difference of him just having an inmate number for the rest of his life and walking around in bars and being able to see his mom, whenever she comes and visits him through glass. That's what today's all about. Today's not whether you did it, if you did it, because I'm not asking those questions. When I get somebody in a position that you're in right now, I don't ask, did you do it? That you will never hear those questions come out of my mouth, because I don't need to know. I'm not asking if you did. I know you did it. I'm asking why. I'm asking what your involvement was. Is theory A or theory B correct? Theory A being you pulled the trigger, and theory B being you were just there and somebody else pulled the trigger. So there's going to be a point in time in your life in the very near future you're going to regret decisions you've made in this room. If you don't get this stuff off your chest, number one, you're going to have to live with it. You don't seem like a personality that can just take this stuff and live with it. You don't seem like you're just cold-blooded. Two, you're going to have to deal with your family. Just like Gallantrae's going to have to deal with his family. But I don't think DeAndre has a parent like you've got. I know D doesn't have any parents like you've got because he's up in jail begging for commissary. He can't even, his mom won't even answer the phone. He's asking you for commissary. He's asking Jason for commissary. He's begging Jason to come visit him because ain't nobody come visit him.
I just get it.
So he ain't got it. So there's going to be a point in time where you're not going to be used to him anymore. Jason's not going to be used to him anymore. DeAndre's not going to be used to him anymore. His close-knit family, the people he called family, aren't going to be used to him anymore. You know, we had to prove a point to Sedarian. See, Sedarian was in the Duval County Jail, and I know you're going to remember this, and you're going to know I'm telling you the truth. Sedarian was in the Duval County Jail fixing to get out. I ain't even going to lie to you. I stepped to him. I offered him a damn free biscuit. He took it. He told me everything. But, you know, I can't just take his word for it. I got to go back to my office. I got to back it up with physical evidence. You know, stuff that he told me. I got to make sure that he's telling me the truth, and he was. And then he got out of jail, and he was supposed to work for me. We were going to take down the Yungeen gang. He was going to tell me everything. We were going to get it done. Well, he had a little change of heart because he got on the street. He got around his boys again. He realized that, you know what, I ain't been around him. I ain't been with him since when he was hungry. Y'all have. So he decided he wasn't going to do nothing. He wasn't going to work, which is fine. I have no problems with that. Y'all sat on the back porch with his bald headed, and y'all filmed a little video, and one of my detectives walked right past you when you were filming it. Walked right past you. Identified the people who were on the porch, and lo and behold, the video gets posted on Instagram. Well, Sedarian made a mistake. He decided he didn't want to work for us. That's fine, whatever. I don't want him in my way, so I put him in jail. He got caught in the vehicle y'all carjacked. So I put him in jail. Well, now he's had time to sit there and think. Begging Jason to come visit him. He's been asking for your number for I don't know how long.
I'm supposed to take pictures of money so I can send them to him.
Yep.
But they told me some. The people told me some other junk, so I was going to send him some money, but his people told me something like, if you send him 25, I can't send him 25, I got to send him 50.
Well, he probably stores the booking fee and all that, but so he's been sitting up in jail. Nobody's been coming to see him. Nobody's been talking to him. He talked to you a little bit. And I guess he called his brother, Lil A, and Lil A called you or whatever. I don't know who he's talking to, but anyway, you got on the phone. You gave him his number, gave him your number or whatever. But he's been lonely. Now all of a sudden, I'm getting my phone blown up by his attorney, and we'll be talking to him this week because he's wanting to proffer, which means he wants to sit down between the attorneys and he wants to work it out, and then tell us, you know, and go to work. And I've learned recently that there's some stuff he can really tell, some shit that might open up a whole new can of worms. So we'll be interested to talk to him. I ain't even talked to DeAndre yet, because I want to talk to you first, but that'll be the next stop. I'll go to DeAndre and I'll talk to him. And we'll talk to him about who shot him, and, you know, we'll let him play victim. And then we'll talk to him about all this other stuff. You think, you know, he's already said it. He's already told us. So then it's just a matter of going over it again with him and getting his actual statement, not just some recording. And then we're going to step to Justin Pritchard today, Dion, Centavius today, Trevon, your brother, Quan's already he's with the detectives right now. Your mama's with detectives right now. The spotlight's on you. Remember, you're the head of the snake. Sever the head, the body quivers.
You said I'm the head?
You're the head. You're the head honcho. Grand Poopah.
Why did that be the head?
Because everybody tells us that. Because there's people I've talked to, you don't even know I talked to.
You said, like, I'm the head of what?
You're the main guy. You're the leader of the Yungeen.
I'm not. I ain't even started that.
Who started it?
I'm not even the one who started that. That's just it's a music group.
Well, you know what's funny?
What?
Because you say it's a music group.
It's because it should be YMG music group.
Yeah, you say it's a music
But
group.
the police told me that they had to change the YMG. They got, matter of fact, they got Yungeen. They got they got a copyright for music.
Yeah, but here's the thing about it is, Florida state statute says if you have a group of 3 or more individuals that are committing criminal acts together with same symbols, colors, etchings, whatever you want to call it, they have a similar handshake and they're committing criminal acts to further the gang, they are considered a criminal street gang. That's the Florida state statute. Well, guess what the Yungeen gang is now? You're a certified criminal street gang. And we've certified several members. So per Florida state statutes, they're all gang. Might as well be the Crips, Bloods, Latin Kings, same, no different. And everybody we've interviewed, even people outside of this.
They got the music thing and copyright though.
Okay, but yeah, okay.
But it's a music group.
If the Florida State Seminoles, and I'm going to suggest them because I went to school there and I know you like the Florida State Seminoles, if the Florida State Seminoles football team decided they're going to go out and start committing criminal acts and they're going to call themselves the Seminoles, and on Saturdays they're going to wear the same uniforms and they're going to go to the same stores and they're going to do the same stuff and they're going to use all the money and proceeds they got for committing these criminal acts together, well, guess what the state of Florida could do? They could register them as a criminal street gang. Just because you're a music group doesn't mean you can't step over that threshold. And that's what y'all did. Between the shootings and the robberies and everything else. And like I said, you got a very small taste of what's on this laptop. Very small. I wanted you just to hear and see just enough that you understood that these crackers ain't bullshitting. And I use that term loosely because y'all have used it a whole lot. But once again, you were sitting in the driver's seat. Just like you sitting in the driver's seat leading your boys around, you sitting in the driver's seat. Because when we're done painting this picture, you want to look like Charles Manson. They want to think that you are the head. I mean, you run shit. And not only am I going to paint that picture, I'm going to have a whole lot of people paint their own pictures that are willing to come in and say, that's him. He's the leader of the Yungeen gang. He's the one that said we need to do this. He's the one that said we need to do that. He's the one. Because if there's people I've talked to, you don't even know I've talked to, they're sitting in the Clay County Jail right now, that y'all been feuding with. And we locked all of them up. That was our other project. This was a twofold project. We had these boys and y'all. And we locked every one of these boys up. They're all locked up. So we're done. We can X them off the list. Now we're only focused on y'all. And that's kind of your downfall because you had 6 detectives completely 100% dedicated and focused on you. If I watch that go to war video one more time, I probably could sing the damn song myself. We watched that video frame by frame. ID'd every single person we could ID, ID'd every gun we could ID. Frame per frame. I know where it was shot. I know who shot it. Every case that we all have been involved in has been picked apart by 6 detectives, not just one, how it's normally. You sign one detective, go work your case. A group of detectives have picked this case apart. These cases have been worked to the point where they would have never been worked like this if it wouldn't have been for that video and for y'all being an organized group. These guys wake you up in the morning and they put you in bed at night. You have been shoulder to shoulder with some of these guys. They walk by you when you're filming when D got out of jail and you're filming a little rap thing on the back porch. They were standing there watching. Y'all didn't see them? A little video on Instagram with D on the back porch and D's rapping. He's got his bald head. And y'all were on the back porch over here there at 610. Detectives are watching y'all film that. Now, we didn't realize y'all were going to post it, but y'all posted it on Instagram or something. All of y'all's social media is monitored every day. The people y'all beefing with, social media is monitored every day. Because we had to make sure the PCE weren't coming back to Clay County to retaliate on Zion Brown's death. And we had to make sure y'all weren't going up to Jacksonville and doing y'all's thing. Now, did we miss some stuff? Absolutely. But are we following up on the stuff we missed with now and catching up? Absolutely. I would honestly say over the last year's time that 90% of the crimes y'all committed we know about. We know about the weed man in Oakleaf. The 50K y'all went after that y'all didn't get. You used the splat from the Uber driver that D got caught in the next day. I mean, you're bleeding, son. And the only way you're going to stop it is to stand up and be a damn man. And say, you know what? I made some mistakes in my life. My family doesn't need to suffer for what I've done. And you know what? That needs to stop. What do you think that apartment complex is going to do to your mom when they find out what we found in that apartment while we were there this morning? What do you think they're going to do? They're going to throw her ass out. Where are all them kids going to go, man? I would not doubt it if your mom just turns and goes back to Indiana. So what's that going to do with you in the Florida State prison system? We're going to exchange letters? Are you listening to anything I'm telling you?
I'm listening to everything.
Keanu, I would not be in this room talking to you right now if I didn't think it'd do some good. You've got to understand that. But there's nothing I can do with somebody hiding under a blanket. I know you're cold, man. I know it's cold in here, but it's the way this is going to work. I need 100% honesty about these incidents. I need 100% honesty out of you. It's going to sting a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you.
When you say sting, what you mean?
You're going to get charged with some stuff. But remember what I told you. There's a huge difference between you pulling the trigger and you just standing there. Huge difference. I can tell you the difference. A lifetime difference. But if you pull the trigger, I can work with that. Remember, nobody got hit. We just got some holes and some siding. But the question of why is still there. And you definitely don't need to be sitting in this seat by yourself. Because what happens is everything gets focused on you, and the other people who are involved in it, still out on the street. Well, not the entree. But there's 2 other people who were in that car that time. If they were just there and they didn't shoot, I need to know that. I know one of them was your little brother. He's 17, bro. He's a juvenile. But the crimes that he's been involved in, he could get adjudicated as an adult very quickly. And that's that whole keep digging part. I leave you today, I keep working this case. I keep digging, I keep digging, I keep digging. And other people can get charged. But you can stop all of this today by taking some ownership.
You said it was 2 other people in the car?
That's what I'm being told. Unique said there was 2 other people in the car. Quan was one of them, and there's another guy. Other people in the department said there's 2 other people in the car.
You know it's crazy.
Twain.
You know it's crazy. Remember when you first brought me, you first got me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what you told me? You said that Unique said it was only just me and Trey.
Well, sometimes you got to put handcuffs on somebody. to get him to do the right thing.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. You need some of this room right here,
That's
and
what-
he's going to jail.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
There's nothing you need
I
to
think
figure out.
he's just-
Kenyatta, there's nothing you need to figure out. You know where you were and you know what you did. Okay? Don't worry about all this other stuff. If he's not telling me the truth, then you tell me the truth.
you're not telling me the truth.
Well, here's the problem. If I
feel
was
like
going
every time
slowly
things-
on Unique's statement,
I just
then I
feel-
might be able to agree with you. But I got you at the scene because I got two people pitch out a photo line.
I just feel like everything I tell you, you're not listening.
I'm listening, but if you're telling me something that's not going alongside my physical evidence, my witness testimony, Unique's a co-defendant, bro. But I got witnesses, people that were shot at, that say that he was there. He was there. Okay? I've got your phone being used to call this guy's number. I've got shell casings on the scene that have been compared to other shell casings where I already knew y'all were involved. So, yes, is Unique telling me the full 100% honest truth? Probably not. He's probably more involved. He's probably more involved than what he's telling me. You ever heard the terminology, minimize your involvement? Put it off on them.
I feel like he's just putting it off on me.
But you were there, bro, and that's the hump we got to get over right now. We got to get over it right now, Kenyatta. Or this is doing neither one of us. I mean, have you ever beaten a dead horse? I mean, we can sit in here and we can talk for 3 weeks, but we got to get over that hump. You were there. I got 2 witnesses at the scene that picked you out of a photo lineup. I got 2 witnesses at the scene that picked DeAndre. I got DeAndre telling it. We got to get over that hump. I know it's tough, man. You're in front of 2 detectives. You're in trouble. It's hard. I get it. And it burns. It's probably burning you to the core that DeAndre's been tripped up like he has. I can't change it. Bro, DeAndre didn't come in here and sit down in a room like this with me because I haven't talked to him yet and tell me and Ace went and did this. He got tripped up, bro. It sucks. But you know what? Sometimes I always call it a game. Sometimes y'all win, sometimes we win. It just happened we won this time, bro.
Kenyatta, if you didn't pull the trigger, who did?
So what?
If you didn't pull the trigger, who did?
I don't know. I was not there.
Kenyatta, let's get over this hump, bro. I'm serious.
I was not there. Look, I'm trying to tell you, you're not listening.
All right, I'm listening to you.
Like everything I say don't even matter. That's how
It does matter.
Okay.
But I can't hear lies though, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not lying to you. I just feel like why me though? Like why everybody want to say I did? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why everybody got to say I was there? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I'm over.
Because you were there, okay? That's the thing. Now's the time to save your ass. Everyone's saying you pulled the trigger.
Your own boy says it. You want to tell you what? Here, I'll give you a little bit more.
I just feel like why everybody wants to say.
You know what they renamed you?
What?
Because DeAndre's talked so much stuff in the jail about stuff y'all done. They named you Reslon.
What's that?
Reslon Cemetery? That's the name of a cemetery. These boys in there said, damn, Ace, like, man, y'all need to name him Reslon. He got more bodies than... Just hit play.
Yeah, cut me. Anyway.
Tell me what happened, the truth, okay? Man, just so we get it completely clear. He hit me up, he said he asked about it, I said yes. Because I have a phone for which is I couldn't use my phone, so I used Daisy's. He came 5 feet in his own car. I know he has to suspend your life because he's way still in. Then he said,
You'll hear that again, though, Kenyatta. That's the point of this. That's the point why it's on this recorder. That's the point why he's being arrested. You'll hear that again in court. He's going to tell a jury that. You need to wake up, son.
I'm trying to tell you, I don't.
He'll wait, and then now he gets off the stand, and you'll be sitting there in your nice Sunday vest, and he'll get off the stand, and he'll walk up. Then they're going to put John Tortorella on the stand. John Tortorella is going to tell him, yeah, I received a phone call from Unique. Unique said he sent it his friends by. Can you identify anybody in the courtroom that was at your apartment that day? Yes, the defendant. They're going to walk his ass out. They're going to put the other girl on the stand. What happened? I answered the door. Who was standing at the door? This guy. Who else? Was the defendant there? Yes. And then they're going to walk this little ATF lab analyst up there, and they're going to say, were you given any evidence in this case? And she's going to say yes. And they're going to say, what happened with the evidence? Well, I analyzed it. Did it match anything? Yes. And then they're going to walk her down. And then they're going to put me on the stand. And we're going to talk all about the case. And they're going to say, did you have a privilege of interviewing Kenyatta Board reference this case? And I'm going to say, yes. And they're going to say, what did he tell you? And I'm going to tell them exactly what you told me, because I ain't going to lie. And then the jury's going to be sitting there going, you mean to tell me after all this and that? And they're going to watch everything in this case. They're going to see it all. The case reports, the witness statements, the deputies that responded to the scene, the little girl's mama, that the baby almost shot. She's going to testify. They're going to say, where did you live, ma'am? I lived in an apartment down here. Well, John lives up there. Why was your apartment even hit? Because the reckless display, just spraying damn bullets all over the place. And all this is going to happen in a couple days' time, and your life is going to flash that quick. And then the next thing you're going to do, you're going to wake up, and the judge is going to say, I found you guilty. And they're going to sentence you. And all this is going to be going through your head going, damn it. If I just would have told them what the truth was, that I didn't pull the trigger, or that I did, and that if I showed some remorse, something that this jury could see, to see that I'm not an animal.
I'm not.
Well, they're not going to see that part, because you know why? Because your defense attorney is not going to put you on the stand, so they're not going to hear how you talk. They're not going to hear that you're very well spoken. They're not going to hear about your family background. The state's not going to put you on the stand because they don't want you to even get any of that in. So you're going to sit there looking like you do, dressed in your best Sunday vest, and this jury's going to sit there and wonder, this guy's a monster. Who would do something like this? Well, how else are they going to think?
If everybody,
and I would not be damned if they don't show the video.
Shut up. You watch me, right? That's wrong. And you say you watch me, right? Everybody say they watch me. If you see what I do every day, I do that every single day. I promise. I do not even. I promise. My name just always get random because everybody think I run stuff. I don't.
Your own boy, your best friend, your brother, put your name there. Your own peoples are going to testify. People that you call your blood, your brothers, they're going to testify because you know why? They want to go home at some point in their life. All this is coming out. And you're going to be sitting there the whole time thinking, and I'm not saying this just because I'm guessing, I'm saying this because I know this, because there's been thousands of people before you sit in this chair. I should have done something about this. I should have stopped this. I could have sat down with Detective Calhoun that day and I could have told him the truth. I could have told him what happened, why it happened. I could have showed some remorse for this jury to see. Maybe work something out where I don't even end up in this seat. But it didn't, because I thought I was smarter. I thought I was smarter than the sheriff's office. I thought I could just, if I didn't open my mouth, I'd get away with it. Well, guess what? I get paid by the hour, bro. So whether I'm sitting here talking to you or I'm getting ready to testify in court, this is what I do. This is my profession, and I'm good at it. And I won't think about you another day.
He said 5 people.
That's what he said.
You told me 2 other people.
Well, I'm now hearing 5 from his voice.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm not with him, I'm with you.
I know, I'm just saying though, you see how you keep changing it. Like,
well, I'm with you, I'm not with him. But he keeps putting you there. So there's one common denominator that Detective Anderson just told you. Yeah, Ace hasn't changed. I know. Boozy hasn't changed.
I know. I understand that.
Okay? So, like I said, there's 2 sides of every story, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. The fact of the matter, it does not change that you went to that apartment that day and you've been ID'd for about 2 other people that don't know him. If I was going just based on what Yungeen told me, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I understand that. I'm just saying though, like.
But 2 other people that sell weed and admitted that we sell weed, they gave me the weed. That's why they're in jail. They said, here's the weed. They're in jail right now. Those people are the ones that pointed you out. Bro, you're somebody can just walk through traffic and not get recognized. It's not because you're famous on YouTube, it's because the way you look. You're very recognizable. Boosie's 2 feet from him at the front door. You're at the bottom of the steps. You know? I mean, come on. It's not like these are nuns that say, we didn't do anything wrong. We don't know why they shut up our apartment. They said, we sell weed. They came to buy weed, and we thought we were getting robbed, which they were. And they slammed the door in your face. You know what? It pissed you off. Number one, you weren't getting that money. You weren't getting that green. So you shot up the building. Just so happens, the damn building had other people living there. Babies. So let's get over the hump that you weren't there, because you were there. My question to you is not, were you involved? Because I know you were. The question is, how were you involved? And if you're going to sit in this room and think that he didn't give you up, he put a gun in your hand?
No, I don't.
Because he has. That's what DeAndre's done. He's given you up and he's put a gun in your hand. And he said that you and him shot up the place. So, you want to correct that and tell me the truth and give me some leeway on that I can prove that you're telling me the truth? Then we'll roll on. But right now, as it stands, you were at the apartment, you pulled the trigger. You want to correct that and say, no, that didn't happen. This is how it happened. And look, and give me some information where I can look and say, you know what, he's telling me the truth, because what he's telling me is backing up evidence. I can prove what he's telling me. I can prove what Unique's telling me. I can prove it all day long. All day long. And I don't even have to get into the reasons why. I can prove it. I will sit in a court of law, I will stare at the jury, and I will prove all day long what he's telling me. I can prove the phone call occurred, I can prove you were there, and I can prove where your phone went afterwards. Because you know there's this wonderful thing called cell towers. Unfortunately, you're in a position where you're dealing with a detective for 8 years of my career. That's all I did was track cell phones. And I still do it to this day. And if you want to go down the road what wasn't my phone, then we'll pull old D in, and D can walk his little happy ass in the courtroom and sit down and say, yeah, Detective Calhoun called the phone. I was sitting next to him. I recognize his voice because I've helped him on previous cases. I've been a snitch. We'll go down that road. And then they'll go pull my phone records and say, damn, he did call that number that day. Yeah. And then I'll pull that phone and say, when I called it, this is where he was at. And D can confirm and say, yep, well, that's where we were at when we called it. And then I'll build my little map showing where that phone was at the day of the shooting. Was it at Unique's neighborhood? Was it on Wells Road? And we'll go all day long. And at the end, when you're standing there, wobble-legged, can barely stand up because the judge is fixing to throw your ass in prison. So today's the day.
I just don't know why.
People will put you there because you're there, bro. I mean, hey, if they throw you in something else and you weren't there, let me prove that.
You said what?
If they're throwing your name in other stuff, and let me prove that you weren't there. But I can prove you were there. This one, I'm all about, I get it, I feel you. People just throw names out like they're free. But it's my job to disprove what they're telling me, or prove what they're telling me. That's my job. This one I proved. So let's get over the hump and tell me the truth on what happened. It's time, bro. You drug your family into this. Your mama's drug into this. It's time to separate them. How old are you, Kenan? You're young. Give yourself a shot at life. Give yourself a shot at making something of yourself and doing something with yourself one day. Because as it stands right now, you ain't got a very good shot.
Can you try to take back something?
Why?
I just want to, I'm going to tell you everything.
There's nothing to play back. The fact of the matter was, you went there to his house, he used your phone, and you moved on. What do you want me to play?
I just want him.
Who?
You.
We want to hear it from you.
I mean, I don't want to hear from him. If you're telling me he's telling lies, I don't want.
I'm from. Can you?
Hour after I tried to see if they got it or not. John didn't call me or nothing like that. And next thing you know, the same night, I see a truck go by my neighborhood.
He said truck.
He's talking about after he was worried about John retaliating against him because they sent him. Which is what we just took out of your house.
So you said no with John. And that was the plan from the get-go. Okay, great. You said we
find out what time.
John.
From again, I don't hear from you. Can I hear from
I know we had a little bit of confusion. Let's go through this again, okay? Not long as this shooting and the girl that did all that. Tell me again what happened, the truth, okay? Just started, he said, just from the beginning, and man, just so we get it completely clear, he hit me, he said, he asked if I had blood. I said, yeah, because he face. Okay. I have blood flows with John. I couldn't use my phone, so I used Casey's. He came 5 feet in his own car.
That was John.
And we knew there was a gun, John. And we knew that he's had a gun with Mary. What was the name? So you had a 40 long clip and a long that. Alright. So you knew they were going to do it on. So you said it all with John. So that was the point to the get.
Which is the gun we just recovered from your house. It sucks, bro. I ain't telling you it don't suck. Man, it sucks. When people start running their mouths, it sucks. You know, I've worked narcotics for a long time. I've worked CIs, you know. That's what people do. They get in trouble, they snitch. That's what they do. Dope boys always have a card in their back pocket. You catch them with a bunch of dope, they're like, whoa, got something for you. Always. We wouldn't be able to do our job if it wasn't that way. That's the way the game works.
You're pissed right now, I can see it.
I
mean, it sucks. You're your own your own blood. But I wanted you to know that he didn't come in here and look me in the eye and tell me. You have to understand that. I don't want you, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. It does. You got put, it sucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes we win, sometimes y'all win. It's just the way it goes. You know, Sedarian's in trouble. Unique's in trouble. They're gonna talk. Now's your chance. Don't take this on your own shoulders. It's not worth it. Because trust me, when this is all said and done and this dust is cleared and we're done and we're moved on, ain't nobody gonna, DeAndre ain't gonna be reaching out to you, you ain't gonna be, ain't nobody gonna remember that shit. It's the way it's played. The dust is gonna settle, everybody's gonna get their lumps, and we're gonna move on. It is what it is. Today decides what those lumps are gonna be. Tell me what happened. From the beginning, just tell me the truth one time, and I promise you won't feel better about it. You know, the people you've talked to in the past that have told you you need to stay 100 and keep your mouth shut aren't even true with you today. They ain't gonna be here for you, but you need to take care of yourself. That the person you need to focus on right now is Kenyatta Bullard. Take care of yourself, and you'll take care of your family at the same time. I know you call these people your brothers, and I know you're all tight, man. I've been there. I've still got them today. They're not your blood. I don't have my mama no more. That's a gift that you got yours.
I'm trying to see what else too.
What happened? It's tough, man. I know you don't want to tell it. I wouldn't want to tell it. I can't imagine being in your shoes or your socks. I can't imagine. I would never tell you, man, I know what you think, I know what you think, because I don't. But you're a good kid, man. This ain't you. I mean, this shouldn't be you. But you were there. Something happened. It happened. It sucks. It was something bad that was happened. And you're caught. One thing I will promise you is when you get it off your chest, you'll feel a lot better. So
I'm trying to get my head.
I'm good with it. Man, you got a lot of talent. I'd hate for you to piss that away.
Me too. Too.
I mean, you're gonna get set down for a little bit. It depends.
Like years.
It's going to depend. I mean, we can't talk about that. I mean, that's not something. I mean, I told you at the very beginning. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're gonna get set down for a little bit.
Today?
You're going to jail today. Yeah. And then we're gonna work all this out and figure out what the deal is. But I promise you, you ain't gonna get set down as long as the contract's gonna get set down. But I think you need to be set down for a little bit.
How long do you think?
I don't know, man. It depends on you. We got a lot of stuff we
No,
gotta
I'm
talk about.
saying. I'm saying.
We got a lot of stuff we gotta talk about.
I know.
Is it all gonna depend on you? Now, if we walk out of this office today, and I feel like you've been completely honest with me on everything we talked about today, and we hadn't even hit on a lot of it. If I feel like you've been honest with me on everything, you know, I'm not going to kick somebody when they're down. You know, I'm very fair and very easy to get along with. But I got to know that you are 100% honest with me on everything we talk about today. And as long as I get that feeling, I walk out of here, and the state attorneys are here, and they know that I got that feeling, then it'll be worked out in the future. But I think you need to be set down. I think you were getting way ahead of yourself. I think something very bad was fixing to happen to you. And I think that your mom's going to appreciate that you get set down for a little bit. I think these streets need to cool off.
I'm saying. I say a little bit. How long you talk?
I don't know, Kenyon. I don't have that answer for you. That's not an answer that will happen.
No, I'm saying. I'm saying from your point. You're saying you think I should sit down.
I just think you need to be set down.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
just don't know for how long. But I will promise you this. This is something I can promise you. If we don't get everything squared away today and I feel like you lied to me, I'm going to set you down for as long as I can physically possibly set you down for. Okay? But like I told you from the very beginning, I don't judge people, man. I haven't grown up in your shoes. I don't know anything about you other than what I've learned. So I think you're a stone cold blooded killer. And if you get out and given time, you're going to go back to killing people? No. I think you've made some big mistakes. I think you got wrapped up in these streets a little too quickly. I think you've associated with yourself with some people that ain't got no damn sense and are cold-blooded murderers. So yeah, if I had to give you an answer right now, you need to be set down. But the how long part is going to determine on you.
I don't want to sit down for a long time.
Well, I mean, that's going to be on you, Kenyatta. Right now, if we end this right now, and I walk out this door, I'm going to recommend you get set down for a long time. Because I'm seeing no remorse. I'm seeing you're not being honest with me. You're not telling me, and we haven't even gotten into the other stuff. So as it sits right now, I'm trying my damn. It's kind of like I'm trying. I'm beating it out of you, but I feel like I'm beating a turnip, man. I mean, I've shown you. I mean, you got to understand the respect I've got for you. I've shown you more physical evidence than I've shown any other defendant I've ever had in this chair. You understand that? Mm-hmm. I have bosses, man. They're looking at me like I got 3 eyes right now. Why in the hell is Colleen doing this? And I've known from the beginning I was going to do this. Part of my job is judging somebody's personality. I knew from the very beginning that if I didn't have something to show you, that me and you weren't going to have a conversation. You were just going to deny it. We could go 3 days around in that circle. And I ain't got the time and you ain't got the time. So I knew from the beginning that I was going to have this stuff ready to show you. And there's other stuff. And once I know that you're fully cooperating, we're getting along great. I mean, we'll feed you lunch, we'll do whatever. There's a lot of stuff you could help me with. There's a lot of stuff that we need to talk about. And there's other stuff that we need to go through. But until I'm 100% sure that you're being honest with me and you are on board and we're talking and I can't do that. And that paragraph we just went through is exactly what I'll tell the state and exactly what I'll tell a jury. Hey, he cooperated. Yeah, he made a mistake. He cooperated. Showed remorse. He admitted his involvement. Even though he didn't want to, but nobody does. I can't hold that against you. And you won't be painted this picture as a monster. You'll be painted as a human being who just made a mistake. got to get over that hurdle. You've got to tell me the story. It's got to be truthful. If you pull the trigger, Kenyatta, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Listen to me. If you pull the trigger, you got to tell me it. Because nobody got hurt. I don't have anybody dead. I don't have anybody shot. I don't have anybody going to walk in with a bullet hole in them and testify that he shot me. I got 2 people that sell marijuana and large sums of it. But if you're not honest with me and I can prove that you lied to me, it's going to be worse. A lot worse. Same as all kids, everybody's raised that way. Always tell the truth. If you lie, it's worse. Might as well, it's worse than what you did. You were raised that way. I know you were. If you take the cookie and you lie to your mom that took the cookie, the punishment's worse, right? So it's the same in here. If you tell me what happens, but you minimize your involvement and you don't tell me everything, and I'm able to prove later that you lied, well, we've wasted our time. Because even though I might be able to justify in my mind that, hey, he was just scared, he really didn't admit this, these people out here don't want to hear it. So I got to have truths, whole truths. And if somebody's lied, and I can go back and prove, well, this guy told me this, but Kenyatta told me this. I can prove Kenyatta was telling me the truth. This guy lied, he's going to get it. I don't lie to people. I don't expect them to lie to me. So as long as you're completely honest with me, it is what it is. If somebody else lied on you, and you're completely honest with me, but I can prove you were honest, then that don't make no damn sense anymore. But the facts are the facts. Just like I can't go based on what you're telling me, I can't go based on what he's telling me. I can piece them all together. And if it all makes sense and the evidence is backing up everybody's, that's what it is. If I went just on what people told me, you'd have been in jail a long time ago. That night we stopped you, you went to jail. Anyway.
So,
Tell me the story, man.
So
You're trying to overanalyze it, and you're trying to find a way out.
no, I'm just.
And it's I know, I understand, and I get it, but it's very simple. There's nothing. Honestly, there's no way out of this, man. The case that's built is you're in a situation where you're hurt and you can help yourself. And you're letting people help themselves out and hurt you. And You've drove your family into this. What's that? That ain't gonna happen today, bro. Remember, the one thing I can't promise you is when you get it off your chest, you won't feel better about it. Because I know it's been weighing on you, man. I've read your Facebook post. I know the shit, all the shit that y'all been involved in has been weighing on you. I know Trey being locked up's been weighing on you. But today, you're right here. It's time to take care of yourself, man. What's it gonna be? Bro, I can't let you go home. And only you can put yourself in the position where it maybe dictates when you get to go home. But it's not going to be today.
Tomorrow?
It's not going to be tomorrow. I told you, you're going to be sitting down for a little bit. You know, look, man, a lot of people are anticipating what's happening in this room right now. And I promise you some of those people got shorter patience than me. There's nothing to think about. I've given you everything that you, I've given you way more than I could give anybody in your position. I want to hear your side of the story.
I thought you said you can't go off what somebody else said.
Yeah, but I backed it up with witness testimony, picking you out of a photo lineup. That's court. That's admissible in court. Just because somebody comes in here and tells me a story, I can't go based on what they tell me alone. But if what they're telling me I can back up with other stuff, yeah, all day long.
Other stuff like what?
Kiana, look at me. I had put your face in a lineup with 6 other people and given it to witnesses and said, did any of these people look familiar? And they said, yes, this one, and circled your face. I said, why does he look familiar? He was at my apartment the night of the shooting. He was coming up the stairs. Okay. Anybody look familiar? Yes, this one. Who is that? He was at the door. It's your boy, DeAndre. When the shooting stopped, they looked out the window and seen your car going. And that's only one apartment. That doesn't include all the other people.
What I'm saying though.
I got Unique on tape.
Yeah,
I got DeAndre on tape. I got shell casings. I got a gun now.
Phone records.
Phone records. Come on. Do I need to keep listing stuff? I've got your car in my back lot fixing to get processed.
What I'm saying though, ain't this cameras in apartments?
No.
It ain't cameras in apartments.
No. Trust me, if there was, I'd have them. And I would have you at the apartment.
So it ain't cameras at the office?
No. I used to be a security officer there when it was called Mariners Wharf. They're doing that stuff's expensive, man.
Listen, Keontae, you gotta help yourself out now, okay? Trying to figure out all the evidence and all that, we've told you, okay? You were there. Your boys put you there too. You need to quit analyzing it and help yourself out. Right now, you just look like a cold-blooded killer.
And killer.
Well, you look like a monster is what you look like.
There's no remorse here. You're trying to get out of this and you're not. And this is what the jury is going to get put in front of him. This kid has no remorse. He's not even admitting to being there. This is going to be a very quickly returned verdict. Not to mention when the judge gets a hold of you. Look, you got no criminal record. You got a traffic ticket, right?
Yeah, I paid him off.
Okay, well, have you ever been arrested before for a crime?
Mm.
You ever been arrested for a felony? Okay.
No, I got arrested for that driving out license.
Okay, that's traffic. So you have no criminal record. I know that because I've run your criminal history. So it's not like you're going to score out high and have a lot of, basically sentencing guidelines be extreme. You're going to get set down. It's just a matter of how long. But I can tell you this: we leave here today, and this is the way you want to keep it. This ain't over. I'll turn over every rock. I'll do everything. I will work every case with here and in Jacksonville, and anything you've been involved in, you're going to answer for. If you can't be honest with me over this one case that I've given you about 75% of the evidence against you, I've handed it to you. And you can't understand that this is enough to convict you just based on what I've already given you? And then I don't know what else to say to you, Kenyatta, but I mean, I'm trying to get you in a position to understand that honesty goes a long ways. But if you can't be honest about this, then we're done. I mean, I don't know what else to do. So what's it going to be, man? There's a lot of moving parts in this operation right now. Look at me. What's it going to be?
I want to move on.
Nice day.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Stand up for me, Kenyatta.
Hey, buddy.
What? Oh. Turn. Turn.
You know what?
What?
You know what?
Clicking in jail?